All right, guys. This right here is a curious square, and there's a few functions on here. There's 4 functions here I'm going to help with and figuring out what they are. But let me first explain what's going on in this thing. A number needs 2 symbols, unit and a value. What are we measuring and how much of it? So, and that's just any abstract symbol. So we represent the unit with this diagonal line from the bottom right to the upper left, and we represent the value with the diagonal line from the upper right to the bottom left. And the distance from the bottom to these 2 lines is the magnitude of the unit of value. So if the unit of value are the same, then we have 1 right here in the center. But if the value is 3 times larger than the unit, then we have 3. So we have 1 here, that's our unit. And then we have 2 right here, and then we have 3 right here. And of course, right here, we would have 1 right there. There's the unit line. We have 2/3 and then 1/3. So of course, if the value is very large and the unit's very small, then we have infinity. So infinity is to the right. If the unit's very large and the value is very small, we have 0. So 0 is to the very left. What I notice is that the semicircle in the bottom half of the curious square is the square root of the value. So this right here would be the square root of 1/3, and this right here would be the square root of 3. Now, you also have the semicircle on the top half of the curious square. I'm not sure what function that is, but I have not got a clue at all what function this is. But it seems pretty simple and, as simple as a square root would be, but I haven't got a clue. And of course, then you could also have a semicircle right here, which would give you another function that I'm curious about. And of course, the one for its inverses as well. And then another one that I noticed was this right here, was that we find 1/3 and 3 are separated orthogonally by 1 in the curious square. How does 3 and the inverse function relate? Because once again, 3 and 1/3 are separated orthogonally by 1 in the curious square. So there's, I guess, 3 questions that I have, 3 functions I'm looking for, and that would be the semicircle on top half of the curious square, and then of course these functions, which would be the semicircle or the quarter circle, I guess you would say, quarter semicircle. I'm not sure how to word that, but the arc that would be drawn right here, and its inverse, of course, and then of course the 3 and 1/3 being separated orthogonally by 1. And if you have any answers, I'd be more than happy to hear them. And but this is just something I put together in 2011, and I've been exploring a lot further these past few months. And I'm actually not very good at mathematics, but I just sort of do it just for fun. And I found this, and I'm trying to understand it. So if you have any answers for me, I'd be more than happy to hear it. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it.